Hi there! I wanted to do a little update video to let everyone know what's been going on and how we've been doing. Thank you for all of the nice comments and for all of you who have checked in on us during this time. It means a lot to us. We are doing well. We just kind of entered this survival mode with a heavy workload and the pregnancy. But don't worry, our sailboat Thalia is safe. She's just having a rest in the yard. And we are getting some pregnancy acne happening here. I also have been really struggling. I just don't have an appetite at all. I haven't been throwing up, which is nice, at least not yet. But I have zero desire to eat anything. It's honestly been kind of hard. The first trimester of the pregnancy was a little challenging with morning sickness, but I was lucky not to experience it too badly. I think the hardest part of the first trimester was trying to remain optimistic while dealing with the fear of pregnancy not working out again, but getting into the second trimester and getting to announce the baby to all of you has helped ease a lot of those fears. I just wanted to do a little update for future me to look back on. I'm 19 weeks tomorrow. I think I felt baby's first very light fluttering in the 17th week, and week 18 just kicking me all the time, and it honestly feels, I don't know if this is just a weird way to describe it, but it feels like a fish. It feels like I swallowed a fish and they're moving around inside of me. I know once they get bigger it'll feel more intense, but for right now it feels like I'm being nudged by a fish. Since we're not living on the boat right now, I think the most unconventional part of this pregnancy is living abroad. We are not planning to have the baby in the Dominican Republic, but we are doing a lot of prenatal care here before we travel to the mainland to have our baby. The healthcare has been good overall. It's a little different from how it works back in the United States, but not bad. And thankfully, the language barrier with the doctor hasn't been an issue because the hospital has a few translators that have been incredibly helpful. We are still learning Spanish, but my medical terminology is very low. I think this video is a bit of a jump scare with this going on. Yeah, overall, pregnancy hasn't been too bad, but I've had horrendous eczema on my hands, my legs, around my eyes. Once I got into the second trimester, I have just been absolutely struggling, not really wanting to be seen because I just feel yucky and all patchy. I also got the flu for 3 weeks, which was insane. It took me so long to get better, and I ended up having to go to the hospital and get on an IV for that. It hasn't been the easiest. Honestly, I'm so excited for baby, and I'm sure at some point the memories of all of this will fade, but right now I'm oh my gosh, I don't even know how we're gonna get you a sibling because this is rough. I have experienced a lot of food aversions this pregnancy. For some reason, I could not stand potatoes and onions for the longest time, but most of my appetite issues have gotten better once I entered the third trimester. I don't think I've had any weird cravings. I've had cravings, I just don't think that they're odd. I have been loving dill pickles, green olives, black iced coffee, and for some reason, yellow mustard, which I previously hated. I also really liked sour candy in the first trimester. It has been challenging to slow down after so many years of moving around and feeling this go, go, go energy all of the time. Most days, when I have the energy, I do miss our old lifestyle and I really look forward to getting back to it. Well, getting back to a new version of it with our little one along for the journey. Honestly though, I think slowing down and staying put was something we needed during this time. This was a good time for us to take a step back and recover for a bit so that we can continue the adventures and not become burnt out. Officially in the third trimester today. So baby's coming. I'm still having eczema issues, although it got better for a while, but I'm having a flare up right now. But other than that, I'm feeling pretty good. We had an appointment yesterday, and they said everything looks good, and yeah, I'm just happy and excited. A little nervous. It has been strange being in an apartment after being liveaboards for the last 1.5 years. And honestly, it's been years since we've even stayed in one place this long. It was a little bit of a culture shock at first coming back to land life, but there was a little mix of relief in there as well. There are some luxuries we missed, like having air conditioning, normal toilets, and not having to manage water and power consumption so heavily. That doesn't mean that we don't miss boat life though. There is something about the simplicity of boat life that feels so much slower than land life. We really miss being on the water and experiencing sea life, but we know we will get back there. Now you're in the video.
Oh. Where's your little legs? I'm gonna pinch them.
Give me your little legs. I want to put barbecue sauce on them. We do envision a life that includes both the baby and the boat. We've said that from the beginning of our sailing journey that we want boat kids, and that is still our dream. Right now, we're hoping to return to the boat with our little one shortly, but we are being gracious with ourselves, and getting there might take some time, and it might not be as full-time as it was before. Whatever happens, we're hoping to capture what comes next. I wanted to do a more like real, emotional update as I'm in the 3rd trimester and preparing for labor and delivery with our first baby, which is crazy. I think besides like some medical anxiety that is normal for having a baby, especially for the first time, I've also just been trying to mentally prepare for not just birth itself, but like this transition, this death of the old me, the old us. I'm never going to be this version of myself again. And that's kind of crazy to wrap my head around, that in just a few weeks I'm going to be this new version of me, a mother. Yeah, how does one prepare for that? I'm very, very, very excited to meet the baby and start this next chapter of our lives and have a new buddy to go on our adventures with. I have been thinking about how I actually think that boat life has helped prepare us in some ways for this transition that's coming. I think parenthood is going to be incredibly hard no matter what. But one thing that we've been talking about a bit is boat life, and like the ways that we've decided to live our lives have also been really hard, and we have been able to push through that together. We have this concrete evidence that we can do hard things together. I was thinking about like when you're on really long sails, I don't have the freedom to spend my time the way I want. I might not be able to go to the bathroom when I want. I might not be able to shower. Like eating is weird. We're like separated into shifts, you know, like all of that is kind of what I feel like a lot of people talk about when they talk about having a newborn and just like not being able to meet your own basic needs and having to like sacrifice your needs and your desires for being a parent. And yeah, I'm not claiming that this won't be a difficult challenge for us. I do think that there has probably already been some growth in those areas of dealing with challenges like that because of sailing and living outside of the norm. Being pregnant for the first time is vulnerable and overwhelming, and there hasn't been a lot of space for content creating during this time. It was an incredibly hard decision, but we needed to take a step back from making content. And we've had to give ourselves a lot of grace for that choice because it was not what we originally planned for our channel to look like. Boat life has taught us a lot about ourselves and helped us grow in so many ways.
Did she do that good?
We hope to continue to share our lives with you in the ways that we can. The next chapter of our journey is arriving very shortly, and we are feeling both excited and a little terrified to welcome the newest crew member. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you next time.